We're live.
Hey, everybody.
Morning.
Kenny. Good morning. What's happening? So exciting news today.
What's that?
Your video from your band is like live.
Oh, is that
Come
the
on,
exciting news?
That's
Oh,
exciting.
That's the exciting news.
Okay, yeah, it is
So, so it's the band that Jordan's in is called Rabbit, Rabbitt, and they did a recording session up in I think it was Kula, and it was out in the open air. It was really cool, from what I understand. So they did this, and it just went live on what's the name of it, Jordan? So Far Sounds, right?
Yeah, they're actually a pretty big company, which is awesome with a big following. So they're doing a new series called Sounds of the City, and they're doing different cities. And so it's Honolulu, but Hawaii was one of them. So there's three other artists in the video, and then we're right in the middle spot. So it's pretty cool for exposure wise. And I think Kenny had it screen share or something like that. So
Yeah, let's see a little bit of it, Kenny.
Here you are.
Kenny, you got to unmute, I think.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Yeah, quality turned out really good.
You're famous, Jordan.
It's been a while since I've been out, and things sure ain't the way that they used to be.
Okay, Kenny, you can stop it.
No.
Yeah.
I think you're
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. So how do
Very
people find it if they want to watch it and have it on their own computer instead of this rebroadcast?
I think Kenny, are you able to post a link to it on?
Yeah, I'll share it right
that.
now.
Probably the easiest way. But yeah, it was really fun. We did there's a local videographer company called the Vibe and Wells, and it's this couple, and they did the video, and it turned out amazing. So super happy, and yeah, it was fun. Check it out if you guys can.
Hey, Letty Ann, what's happening? Hope all is well. Thanks for the aloha. She's in Kansas City. She's a friend of mine who's a realtor, and she's part of our Tom Ferry organization. So aloha. And then just Jordan, because I just want to love on you, man. What about? I heard you something else earlier when you were messing around before the show. How's Talk Pigeon Tuesday going? We got any of those coming up?
Yeah, going good. I did one yesterday. It was cherry or cherry.
Why don't you give it to us? Give it up.
Yeah, it's a exclamation to say that something's awesome or good. So you'd be like, "Oh, our Facebook Live is going pretty cherry, yeah, so far."
Well, that's actually a English slang term as well. I've heard that before when I was growing up. It's a little different the way you would say it, but
yeah.
So there's crossover, but that's part of what Pidgin is. It's a crossover of a bunch of different languages.
But in Pidgin, cherry is cherry with the you got to say with the kind of
You said it. I can't. I don't want to try to do this. I was already told by you, don't try, Tom. You can't do this stuff.
Quit while you're ahead, Thomas.
All right.
Yeah, been doing those videos, so check them out.
Where do they find those?
On Jordan Kamikawa Facebook business page. If you just search my name, it'll come up.
And are you posting them on Lifestyle Maui as well sometimes?
Working on that.
That's a no, everybody. That was
there's one up there. Yeah, there's one up there.
For him to post them, and he keeps.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna do them right now.
All right. Hey, so what else is happening on Maui? Some sad news. We were talking earlier. I in our one of the complexes where our one of our offices are. There was a store closing, and then we started talking about other stuff that's closing on Maui, and it's just sort of a bummer that there's Nita's Resale Shop, which was a resale furniture shop that sold a lot of furniture to the resort condo owners, and then Poi by the Pound. Nita's just closed down. Poi by the Pound closed down. C'est la Vie in Paia is gone. Valley Isle Seafood has succumbed to the pandemic after Glow Yoga, both locations, and both locations of Duck Kitchen. And I just want to put it out there. It really stinks that, these guys, these families, these people, these are not just businesses. These are families that have been building these businesses for years and years, working their butts off as small entrepreneurs. And then they just can't handle the lack of tourism and what's going on, and the lack of guide or the market. And it just really sort of stinks. And my heart goes out to them and all of the people that are teetering on the edge right now. All of those small entrepreneurs, those businesses that are struggling and trying to make that same decision that these folks have made. That should I stay open? Should I wait? And as I've regularly done is chastise our local and state government for, giving the business people, the business owners that are the backbone of our economy here in Maui, no idea what's going on. They're not sharing anything. They're not telling people, the people what's going to happen. It's like, oh yeah, we're just closed. We're not going to open up, and well, maybe we'll open up October 1st, but no guidance, no, hey, we're working on this testing. We're doing this. There's no information, and it's so uncomfortable and unsettling for our business owners that are losing all the money they have, and they've saved and worked so hard to get to this point, and to have it be all ripped away because the government just doesn't want to open. And I've said this before. I'm going on my soapbox, guys. Sorry, I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm going. The governor, the mayor, their paychecks show up every Friday in their checking account. And they don't understand what it's like to not have income coming in because there's no tourism, and it just really sucks. So anyway, I'm done. Jordan, anything else to say? Is that a no?
No, it is definitely a bummer.
Yeah, it's sad because it's it's like you said, the government is just fully just giving us a runaround. It's like, oh, okay, well. It was September 1st. Now it's October 1st.
No, it was August 1st, then September 1st.
Yeah, August, September, and they just keep pushing it out. And it's like, if you guys are going to announce a date, have some kind of plan, before you keep, giving us the runaround. So it is frustrating. And yeah, like I'm very mad because I love Poi by the Pound. I'm like, local business. And it was all good, you go in there and it's like local people, local family running that. And it's like, man, it sucks to see that.
Yeah, I actually went last week. I went to Sam Sato's, Jordan. I meant to text you, your fave.
They better not close down. I would cry.
They seemed to be pretty good, but even I got a little nervous. I went in and I asked the waitress, hey, how's it been in here? And she said that, they were pretty steady when they reopened. And then she was like, but the last week has been pretty slow. And I was like, and it is, I agree, very frustrating. And I can see both sides of the coin, but the more you see the local economy just kind of take it to the crapper, it's
and I don't think it needs to be that way. I think that, we have not, you've heard the term fearless leaders. Well, I'm concerned that we have fearful leaders. They are leading in fear. They're afraid of everything and everybody, except I will go to bat for them a teeny bit. The whole Temptation Island thing, where they were going to come over here and film Temptation Island, and there was some, the mayor freaked out. And they said, "Oh, we're going to do this," and then he said, "Oh no," he got pressure, and he said, "No, we're not going to do it," and they were all freaking out about it. And then I think it was Kelly King, who was our South County Council, said. She put together a town hall on Zoom. The mayor was part of it. I think Tina Wilberger, our senator, was part of it, or whatever she is, from South Maui. And they brought on the producers and a bunch of the team members for the Temptation Island, and they had this town hall meeting. And was impressed that the mayor turned his position around. Tina Wilberger was in the audience. She turned her position around, and they have now decided that they do want this to come in. And what it means in money is probably $5 to $8 million worth of inbound revenue that's going to come into our economy. That's huge, and we need that so bad. Now they might, they're probably not going to be helping those small businesses, but they're going to be helping the workers that are working at the Andaz where it's going to be, and they're going to be supporting that. Those workers are going to be getting revenue. The video
Yeah.
crews that they're bringing in are going to get revenue, and in turn they'll be able to spend some of that money a little bit more comfortably. So at the end of the day, we need to be doing stuff like this. We can't be just hiding and forcing everybody that's healthy to stay home and quarantine. You quarantine the people that are sick, get the testing in place. I'm not opposed to testing. I think that they should be testing people before they come to, 2 weeks before they want to get here, 3 days before they get on a plane, and when they get off the plane, get it figured out. You are crushing our economy by not having a plan and by not letting people know what the hell's going on. So let's talk about something different. I'm just on a bitch session, but we're going to keep going. So vacation rental market, real estate market. So it's really fascinating. Our real estate market is just there's two completely separate real estate industries happening right now. And by that, I mean, we've got the residential market, the homes, the residential condominiums that are long-term, no vacation rental. That market has been so strong. I think that there's maybe 35 properties under contract and only 68 properties available in the homes in South Maui. So they're really solid. I just helped a buyer, or just helped the seller sell to somebody, and the house wasn't even on the market yet, and it sold before it even hit the market. So pretty crazy in a home that's what's happening. But flip the coin, Jordan. We were talking earlier. What's going on with the resort vacation rental Airbnb style market?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, last week, it's still, a lot dead in the water, and there's more set inventory and not enough buyers. I feel like, just as an overall snapshot. Of course, there's different segments within the market, but yeah, it's a little tough in that sector.
Yeah. So I think that that's the one stat I'll share is that in vacation rental style condos, there were 32 pending as of Sunday night. There were 32 pending and 203 available, which means that that is definitely a buyer's market for vacation rentals. If you're out there and you're a buyer for a vacation rental, you probably should be reaching out to us if you're interested, and we can help you out. If you're a seller, what I would recommend is the market is getting some downward pressure. And there are resources. I know that a lot of our sellers don't live on Maui. Possibly be prudent for you to join the MVRA, www.mvra.com, and it's the Maui Vacation Rental Association, where they're being proactive about how to help vacation renters. And the other thing I would tell you is send a letter to the mayor, send a letter to the governor, and tell them that your investment, your small business, is really being impacted by the quarantine. You don't have the right, if you don't live here, you don't get a vote, but you do pay taxes. So I would encourage you to tell them that, and tell them that your voice is not being heard and you're very disappointed with what's going on. On another note, we had another brush fire here. Jordan, you might have driven by it, or Kenny, you guys may have seen it. I never left my house when it happened. So can you guys give us any update on that?
Yeah, I
live
up country. Oh, you go.
Yeah, I was up country when it happened. They actually closed down Veterans Highway, which is Mokulele, as most people know it from way back when. But yeah, they closed down the highway, and it was pretty big. The crazy part was they had to evacuate the animals from the Humane Society.
Yeah.
And they took them to Maui High School, and they had them outside for a little bit. So that must have been a scene.
I did not know
But I'm
that.
glad.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a video somebody posted. It was like a live thing, and they're outside on the Maui High campus, and there was like a bunch of like the little carriers and stuff just all out there. I was like, oh man, poor dogs and cats must be freaking out. But yeah, it was pretty big. But shout out to the Maui Fire Department. They got it under control pretty fast, and I think it was right around the central Maui base yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so
I know. I
But
think that
luckily,
I had heard they were a little nervous about like the post office over there and the old school that I think is used for office buildings now.
mhm.
So it must have been pretty close to some of those structures, which
Yeah,
is pretty
because
crazy.
well, I think it's part of the challenge that we're seeing a bit more of the fires because of the sugarcane is gone,
Yeah.
and it's all fallow fields, and they're not irrigating anymore. So that's people are asking why is it happening? That's why it's because we don't have that irrigation. We don't have the uh, green fields. We have now dry, basically fuel fields.
Yeah, it may be good to. I was just reading about controlled burns a couple days ago. It's pretty interesting if anybody wants to do some further research.
Were they talking about doing controlled burns on the valley on all of the dry areas?
I was reading about the California fires and they talked about that, but it seemed to me like something that could translate really well to Maui.
That makes sense. It really does make sense when you can manage it instead of having it be all of a sudden. Because I know when it happened, I saw this big excavator being towed, like Goodfellow and Rojack. I'm guessing that they had equipment down in McKenna or down south somewhere. And within about 45 minutes of the time the fire started, I saw this massive excavator going down the
Wow.
road. And they had a police escort, which tells me that they were probably taking it to do fire breaks.
Yeah.
Over where the fire was happening. So hats off, Goodfellow, the company, and Rojack, they're our trucking company here. Yeah, I just appreciate that they jumped in. I don't know if they got paid for it or not, but still, it was middle of a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and they're out mobilizing that quick, and so that was really cool. So I appreciate that. So
Yeah. Well, here's some more exciting news. Looks like Marilyn said she's coming out here no matter what.
I heard. We've been communicating with her, so I'm excited to see them. They're our neighbors. We sold them their condo or their house condo in Hokulani Golf Villas. They're from Canada, so I'm excited to see that people are coming. And Kenny, did we ever get our quarantine fact sheet?
Our tips.
Yes.
It's 50% there, so I gotta finish it.
Well,
Sorry.
we need to get it. We need to get that done. So if we can get that on the close to the top of the pile, so we can get that to Marilyn because she'll need all that information, and we'll post it on our Facebook page and our website. By when will we have that done, Kenny?
I could finish it probably today.
Okay, so there you have it, Marilyn. Be on the
Stay
lookout
tuned.
for that. Tag Marilyn because she's on her way out in November. And anybody else who's coming out who's just finally said we're coming out no matter what. If you got a quarantine, let us know, and we'll get you the information. It was actually from Sandy Marshall, who was here, and they came in quarantine and gave us a bunch of ideas and tips of different things that you can do to get through it and ways to make it a little bit easier. I was just talking to one of my clients who came out in quarantine. I'm going to be meeting up with them at the end of the week, and they've got a beautiful house. I said, "How was quarantine?" He said, "It's no big deal." He goes, "I just came and relaxed." He goes, "That's why I bought my property here in Maui anyway." He goes, "So we were able to use it and enjoy it." So. All right. Anything else, kids?
I don't think so.
Right.
It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful
can't
day.
complain.
All right. Aloha, everybody. If you need any help with real estate, if you need any help with quarantining, whatever we can do for you, just let us know, and we'll be here to help you out. We'll bring you board games.
Yeah, exactly.